we're skipping your gender reveal. Your sister's getting Botox that day. Mom texted. I'd invited them 8 weeks in advance. I replied, totally fine. We had the party. It was beautiful. 93 people came. I posted one photo. Didn't tag anyone. That night, my sister drove to my house at 1:47 a.m. screaming at my Ring camera. You did this to embarrass us. I texted back, check your bank app. She'd been using my Amazon Prime, Netflix, Spotify for 6 years. My name is Keanu. I'm 31. I run a small lawn care business. Just me. A truck, a trailer, 2 mowers, and a phone that never stops buzzing. In my family, I'm the grass guy, the one who doesn't have a real job. But somehow, I'm also the one everyone calls when they need something done, fixed, paid, or covered just this once. My girlfriend Mia was 22 weeks pregnant when we decided to do a gender reveal. Not some influencer thing, just a backyard-style party at a rented community room, because February in our town is basically ice and sadness. We send invites 8 weeks in advance. I texted my mom the details, followed up twice, even offered to pick them up. She replied with a thumbs up. That was it. Then 9 days before the party, my phone lit up while I was sharpening mower blades at the shop. I wiped grease off my hands, glanced down, and my stomach did that drop thing. Mom, we're skipping your gender reveal. Your sister's getting Botox that day. Just like that. No. Sorry. No. Can we come after? No. How's Mia feeling? Just Botox. I stared at the screen until it dimmed. Mia saw my face and went, what? I read it out loud. She blinked. Wait, the appointment is the same day? Yeah. And they're choosing Botox. I tried to laugh, because what else do you do when your own mother basically tells you your kid's party loses to forehead wrinkles? I texted back the only thing I could manage without exploding. Me totally fine. See you whenever. I put the phone face down like it was poisonous. Mia came over, slid her hand into mine, and said quietly, it's not fine. I wanted to say, I'm used to it. Instead, I said, let's just have a good party. And we did. The day of the reveal, Mia's friends showed up early with balloon garlands and folding tables. My buddy Troy brought a speaker and a cooler full of sodas. People kept arriving. Neighbors, my regular clients, old coworkers from when I used to do landscaping for a big company. At one point, I looked around and realized there were 93 people in that room. 93. My family wasn't there. Mia squeezed my arm and whispered, look at this. Look how loved this baby already is. And for a couple hours, I actually believed we were okay. We popped the big black balloon. Pink confetti exploded everywhere. Mia cried. I laughed. Someone yelled, girl, dad. And I almost yelled back, don't jinx me. We took pictures. I posted one photo later. Just Mia and me, confetti in her hair, both smiling like we weren't missing anything. I didn't tag anyone. I didn't shade anyone. I didn't even write a caption beyond baby girl. That night at 1:47 a.m., my Ring camera sent me an alert. Motion. I opened the feed and almost dropped my phone. My sister Savannah was on my porch, hair messy, wearing a puffer jacket half zipped, eyes wild, standing inches from the camera like it owed her money. She screamed right into it. You did this to embarrass us. Then she started pounding on the door. Mia sat up in bed, scared. Keanu, what is that? I stared at the screen, heart hammering, and I didn't even feel surprised. I felt tired. I opened my messages and typed back one line. The calmest, coldest thing I've ever sent in my life. Me, check your bank app. And then I watched her face change on the Ring feed like she just realized the floor under her wasn't solid anymore. Savannah is 28. She's my mom's favorite in that way they pretend isn't favoritism. Savannah was the pretty one, this social one, the one with potential. I was the kid who mowed lawns for cash at 14 because I wanted my own money and I hated asking for stuff. When I turned it into a real business, licenses, insurance, a decent trailer, my mom still introduced me as Keanu cuts grass, not Keanu owns a business, just cuts grass. Savannah meanwhile bounced between jobs, salon front desk, brand ambassador, a short phase where she tried to sell collagen powder online, and called it entrepreneurship. And every time she got bored or something went wrong, my mom would call me like I was customer service. Can you spot her $60 for gas? Her phone bill is late. She's stressed. Keanu, don't be mean. At first, I helped because it was family and because my dad is the type to go silent and let my mom run everything. If I said no, it became this whole thing. My mom's favorite line was, "You're good with money." Savannah isn't. You need to be the bigger person, which was a cute way of saying, be the family wallet. Here's the part that makes me feel stupid. I'm not even rich. I do okay, but lawn care money is seasonal. Some months I'm great. Some months I'm staring at weather apps like they control my destiny. Mia and I budget. We meal prep. We buy store brand diapers already because we're not clueless. Meanwhile, Savannah lives like consequences are optional. 2 years ago, I let Savannah use my Amazon account because she needed to order a textbook and didn't have Prime. She texted Savannah, "I'll just use yours." "Okay, I'll pay you back." "Me? Just this once." Savannah, promise. "Love you." She ordered the book. Then she ordered a phone case. Then a ring light. Then skincare. I noticed random packages showing up at my mom's house. When I'd swing by to drop off something or fix something, Mom would go, "Oh, Savannah got a package." I didn't think much of it because I wasn't tracking her life like a parole officer. Then Netflix happened. Savannah couldn't get her TV to work, so I logged her in. Then Spotify, then some random premium meditation app because she was so anxious. Every time it was always framed like it was temporary, like I was helping her through a rough patch. Rough patch turned into a lifestyle. And because I'm running a business, because I'm tired, because I'm up at 6 a.m. most days, I didn't audit every little subscription like I was doing taxes for the FBI. I just kept working, kept saying yes, kept trying to keep the peace. Then Mia got pregnant and suddenly everything felt sharper. Like, okay, I've got my own kid coming. Maybe it's time my family stops treating me like their backup plan. We planned the gender reveal because Mia wanted something happy. She had a rough first trimester, nausea, anxiety, one scare at the OB that made her cry in the parking lot. So, yeah, I wanted to give her a day where she felt celebrated. We paid for the room. We paid for food. We ordered a cake from a local bakery with a filling color inside. I sent my family the invite. 8 weeks. Plenty of notice. My mom's response wasn't excitement. It was logistics. "Mom, what time is it?" Me. 2 p.m. starts at 2 o'clock. Reveal around 3. "Mom, where do we park?" Me. "Big lot." "Mom, is there food?" Me. "Yes, please come." She didn't ask how Mia was feeling. Didn't ask if we needed help. Nothing. Then the Botox text came. I didn't even show Mia at first. I just stared at my phone thinking, are you serious? When I finally read it out loud, Mia didn't yell. She didn't rage. She just looked hurt, and that made me angrier than if she'd screamed. I replied, totally fine, because I knew if I wrote what I actually wanted to write, I'd burn a bridge I wasn't sure I was ready to burn. We went ahead with the party, and the party was honestly amazing. People brought gifts, not expensive stuff, little things, onesies, a handmade baby blanket. Troy's mom gave us a small diaper bag and said, I used this with my grandkids. It's still good. Mia's friend put up a banner that said, Baby Ramirez. Because apparently she'd already decided our baby was taking my last name like it was law. We laughed. We took photos. But every time my phone buzzed, my stomach clenched, because I knew it wouldn't be sorry we missed it. It would be something else. After we got home, Mia fell asleep on the couch with her hand on her belly. I covered her with a blanket and sat there in the dark living room listening to the fridge hum. I checked my phone. No messages from Mom. No congrats. Nothing. So I posted one photo, just one, and I went to bed. Then the ring alert happened, and Savannah showed up like she was ready to fight God. Savannah was still yelling on my porch. Open the door. You made Mom look bad. You're so petty, Mia whispered. Do we call the cops? I watched Savannah on the camera and felt this weird calm settle over me. Like my body finally decided we were done panicking about these people. I didn't open the door. I texted her again. Me? Go home. Savannah. Not until you fix what you did. Me? I didn't do anything. Savannah, you posted that photo. Me? It's my kid. She started pacing on the porch like a caged animal. Savannah. Everyone saw it. People are texting Mom. They're asking why we weren't there. Me? Maybe answer them. Savannah, you know Mom had an appointment. Me? So did I. With my child. She sent a flood of messages. Voice notes. Caps lock the works. Savannah, you always do this. Savannah, you always try to make me look like the villain. Savannah, you're jealous because I actually have a life. I almost laughed at that. Almost. Because here's what Savannah didn't know. After my mom sent the Botox text, something in me snapped in a quieter way. I went through my accounts. Not dramatically. Not rage clicking. Just checking. Amazon first. And my order history looked like I'd been living two lives. Packages to my address. Sure. Business stuff. Mower blades, weed trimmer line, work gloves. But then there were other deliveries to my mom's house. To an address I didn't recognize at first until I realized it was Savannah's apartment. And the items weren't textbooks. They were $78 hydrating serum, $46 lash growth, $129 LED face mask, $32 collagen gummies, $18 silk pillowcases, $64 hair extensions clip-ins, $41 press-on nails bundle. Over and over and over, I clicked into the payment methods. My business debit card was still on there. The one I used for gas and supplies. The one I had never given her permission to use for 6 years. My throat went tight. I checked Netflix for profiles. One was literally named Save. I checked Spotify Family Plan. 6 members. I recognized 2. I did not recognize the other 3. One was Savannah's BF. I checked Prime Video devices. There were TVs logged in that were not in my house. I sat at my kitchen table with my laptop open and felt my brain do that slow math it does when you're trying not to throw up. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't oops, I forgot to log out. This was a system and I had been funding it because I was busy working and being the good son. So, when Savannah was screaming at my Ring camera at 1:47 a.m., I already knew exactly what I was going to do. I had done it earlier that night. I removed every device, changed every password, kicked everyone off, canceled the family plan upgrades, and then I pulled a report of every charge linked to my card and filed disputes on what I could. Not because I'm some revenge genius, because I'm a small business owner and that money matters. When I texted Savannah, check your bank app, it wasn't some movie line. It was practical, because when you dispute charges and cancel connected payments, things bounce. Subscriptions retry, accounts get flagged. And if you've been riding someone else's car like it's a surfboard, you wipe out hard. On the Ring camera, Savannah suddenly froze like she'd gotten a notification. She pulled out her phone, stared at it, and her face went white. Then she screamed so loud my dog barked from the bedroom. What did you do? I typed. Me? I check my accounts. Savannah, you can't do that. Me? It's my money. Savannah, I have bills. Me? So do I. I'm having a baby. She started pounding again. Mia whispered. Keanu. I looked at my sleeping girlfriend and thought, this is the line. This is the moment. So I sent one more text. Me? You've been using my accounts for 6 years. I'm done. Do not come to my house again. And then I called my mom. She answered like nothing was happening. Mom, hello. Me. Your daughter is on my porch screaming. Mom, what? Me. Come get her or I'm calling the police. Silence. Then my mom's voice turned sharp. Mom, what did you do to her accounts? Me? Nothing. I stopped paying. Mom. Keanu, don't be dramatic. Me? She's at my door at 1:47 a.m. My mom sighed like I was the inconvenience. Mom. Savannah, get in the car. We're leaving. A minute later, Savannah flipped the camera off and stomped away. But I knew it wasn't over. Not even close. The next morning, my phone looked like it had been through a war. Text from Savannah. Missed calls from Mom. A voicemail from my dad that was just him breathing like he didn't know how to speak. And then the family group chat woke up. Mom, we need to talk about what happened last night. Savannah, he ruined my life. Aunt Denise, what is going on? I didn't reply right away. I made coffee. I fed the dog. I sat with Mia at the kitchen table while she ate toast and tried not to cry. Mia said softly, I'm sorry. I hated that she was apologizing like this was her fault. I said, I'm not doing this while you're stressed. She looked at me and went, no, do it. I want our kid to see you stand up for yourself. So I opened my laptop. I made a simple spreadsheet. Rows and rows. Amazon charges, subscription fees, streaming upgrades, delivery addresses. I totaled what I could clearly link to Savannah. It wasn't a small number. It was a number that made my stomach hurt. Then I sent one message in the group chat. Me, here's what happened. Savannah has been using my Amazon, Netflix, Spotify, and other subscriptions for years. She also made purchases using my business card saved on my account. I didn't ruin anything. I stopped paying for it. Mom, that's family. Savannah, you're lying. Me? I'm not. Check the addresses. Then my mom did the thing she always does when she knows she's losing. She pivoted. Mom, why are you doing this now? Me? Because you skipped my baby's party for Botox. Mom, that is not why. Me? It kind of is. Savannah sent a voice. Note, I didn't even open it. I knew it would be screaming with extra steps. My dad finally typed, Dad, can't you just turn it back on? We'll figure it out. There it was. Not Savannah shouldn't have done that. Not. We're sorry. Just turn it back on. I felt something in me go cold. I replied, me? No, I'm not a utility bill. You can switch on when you want. My mom called me. I answered on speaker so Mia could hear, because at this point I wasn't doing secret conversations anymore. Mom, Keanu, you're humiliating us. Me? You humiliated yourselves. Mom, people are asking questions. Me? Good. Mom, Savannah is crying. Me? Mia cried yesterday too. You didn't care. My mom went quiet. Then she snapped. Mom, you always think you're better because you have your little mowing business. Me? It's not little. It pays my bills. Mom, Savannah needs support. Me? Then support her with your money? My mom made this disgusted noise. Mom, so you're just abandoning your sister? Me? No. I'm just not paying her subscriptions anymore. She tried guilt. She tried anger. She tried the after all we've done for you speech. And for once, I didn't argue back. I didn't explain. I didn't beg to be understood. I said one sentence. Me. If you show up at my house again, I'm calling the police. My mom actually laughed. Mom, you wouldn't. Me? Try me. After that, things got messy. Savannah posted vague stories on Instagram about toxic men and family betrayal. She didn't name me, but she didn't have to. People know my aunt messaged me privately. Aunt Denise, I love you, but your mom is furious. Me? Okay. Aunt Denise. Savannah says she only used it because you offered me. Ask her why she sent packages to her apartment on my card. Aunt Denise didn't reply for a while. Then she wrote, a couple days later, my mom tried a new tactic, showing up with tears. She came to my driveway while I was loading salt bags into the truck. Winter contracts. Mia was inside, thankfully napping. Mom, I raised you better than this. Me. No, you raised me to shut up. Mom, you're breaking the family. Me, you're mad because people saw you didn't come to the reveal. Mom, I had a commitment. Me? So did I. She stared at me like she couldn't compute me, standing there calmly. Then she said the quiet part out loud. Mom, Savannah is going through a lot. She deserves nice things. Me then buy them. My mom's face tightened. Mom, you're punishing her. Me? No, I'm protecting my child. She opened her mouth again and I cut her off. Me? If you want to be in my daughter's life, this is the rule. You respect me and Mia. You don't show up uninvited and you don't ask me for money. If that doesn't work for you, then don't come back. My mom stood there for a long moment. Then she said bitterly, Mom, you've changed. Me? Yeah, I'm becoming a dad. After she left, I changed my locks anyway, added another camera, removed my mom's address from every account, got a new business card and a separate login for everything because I realized something that made me feel both stupid and relieved. I had been funding my own disrespect. And once I stopped, the whole family love thing got real conditional real fast. The wild part, once Savannah couldn't freeload, she started calling everyone else. My cousin told me she asked him for his Netflix login 2 days later. He said no. She called him cheap. My aunt said Savannah asked her to borrow $300 for self-care. My aunt said no. Savannah posted another story about fake supportive people. It was like watching a raccoon get mad. You put a lid on the trash can. Meanwhile, Mia and I focused on the baby. We painted the nursery. Nothing fancy. Soft pink wall. A second-hand rocking chair from Facebook Marketplace. A cheap little lamp that flickers if you breathe on it wrong. And the longer I stayed quiet, the lighter I felt, like I didn't have to keep earning my place in my own family. A month later, Savannah tried one last time. Not with screaming, with sweetness. She texted me, "Savannah, hey, can we talk? I've been going through a lot. I miss you." I stared at it for a long time. Old me would have replied fast, would have tried to fix it, would have said, "What do you need?" But I read it again and noticed what wasn't there. "No, I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't have used your card. No, I scared Mia. Just I miss you like I was a service she wanted back." So I replied me, "If you want a relationship, you apologize and you pay back what you used. If not, stop contacting me." She didn't respond. 2 days later, my mom texted, "Mom, you're really going to keep holding this over her head?" Me? It's not over her head. It's my boundary. That word made my mom furious. Like boundaries were a personal attack. But here's the thing I've learned the hard way. People who benefit from you having no boundaries will always call you selfish the moment you set one. Our daughter was born in October. When I held her for the first time, tiny and warm and angry at the world, I didn't think about Savannah. I didn't think about Botox or Amazon charges or any of it. I thought, this is my family, not the people who show up only when it's convenient, not the people who use love as a leash. My daughter deserves a dad who doesn't get bullied into paying for other people's lifestyles. So that's the moral, I guess. If you're the reliable one in your family, check the fine print. Check your accounts. Check who's quietly living off your effort. And if someone shows up at 1:47 a.m. screaming because you stopped paying for their free ride, that tells you everything you need to know. This story is about the moment you realize your family has been quietly living off your accounts for years and the clarity that comes when you finally check the receipts. Keanu isn't dramatic. He's a 31-year-old lawn care business owner who spent years being called the grass guy while secretly funding his family's lifestyle. When his mother texted that they'd skip his baby's gender reveal because his sister had a Botox appointment that day, it wasn't just about missing one event. It was the culmination of being treated as the family backup plan while working early mornings to build his business and prepare for fatherhood. The gender reveal wasn't the real issue. It was what Keanu discovered when he finally checked his accounts. For 6 years, his sister had been using his Amazon Prime, Netflix, Spotify, and business card to order everything from textbooks to LED face masks, hair extensions, and skincare products shipped to her address. What started as just this once became a system where Keanu unknowingly funded his sister's lifestyle while being told he didn't have a real job. When his sister showed up at 1:47 a.m. screaming at his Ring camera about how he embarrassed the family by posting one photo, her panic wasn't about the party. It was about losing access. The moment Keanu texted, "Check your bank app," and removed all the connected devices, changed passwords, and disputed charges, his sister's accounts started bouncing. Her rage revealed she'd never valued him as family. She'd valued him as a free subscription service. What this story teaches us: when family only contacts you for access to your resources, you're not family. You're a utility they've forgotten to pay for. Kanu's mother didn't ask how his pregnant girlfriend was feeling. She didn't congratulate him on the baby. She chose Botox over her grandchild's celebration, then got angry when people noticed. People who've been quietly using your accounts for years will call you selfish the moment you check the statements. Keanu's sister ordered hundreds of dollars in personal items on his business card while calling his work. Not a real job. When he stopped paying, suddenly he was ruining her life. The people angriest about boundaries are usually the ones who benefited most from you having none. His mother's response wasn't "Savannah shouldn't have done that." It was "Turn it back on, and you're breaking the family." The family was only together as long as Keanu kept paying, without asking questions. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for your child is stop funding your own disrespect. Keanu didn't cut off his family out of spite. He set boundaries because his daughter deserved a father who wasn't being used as an ATM while being treated as less important than cosmetic appointments.